Hi guys, this video is for grades 3 and 4, and today you're going to be learning about how to draw the notes on the musical staff so that you can learn how to read music. And it should be pretty clear by the video, but if you have any questions, you can always email me. I'm going to put my email and my Google Voice phone number on here as well. And if you are on Edmodo, then you can also chat with me on there. I miss you guys so much, and I hope that you guys are learning a lot from your home. I am in pajamas right now. I hope that you are in PJs too, and that you are doing lots of fun stuff at home. Even though if you're stuck there, you're still being productive, and you're still reading books, and you're taking care of your families, all of that stuff, okay? So please let me know how you're doing. Send me a video or drop me a note to say hello, and if you have any questions, let me know as well. Okay, bye! Okay, so I'm going to show you here on my staff paper how to draw the lines of the treble clef. And as you know, the notes can be on a line or a space. I'm going to show you how to do the space notes first because those are the easiest ones. I'm going to use my color blue pen for this. When you are doing this for yourself, feel free to use colored pencils or regular pencils or markers. It helps me to see it in different colors so that I don't confuse them at first, and then you'll get really good at seeing them without the colors. So I'll use my blue, and I'm going to use all of my space notes first. And as remember, the space notes look like this. It looks like there's a little circle sitting on top or below a line, right? So they look like this. Find all of the spaces in between the lines. And here's another one. Here's another one. So here those are my 4 space lines. And we do have some above and below the lines, but we won't worry about those. The names of those notes are F, A, C, and E. And of course, that spells face. And you can remember that the space notes spell face because that rhymes. Face, space, right? So if I wanted to draw myself a song that sounded like this, and they're going to be out of order, of course, my music, only on the space notes, I just have to check on my little key over here. So this note is the letter C. This note right here, I'm going to draw it right below that note. If I go over to my key, right, it's on the top space, that would be letter E. And I do that with all of my notes. This one on the second space is letter A. And I can go all the way across, filling in my space notes. So those are my space notes. Pretty easy, right? Space, face. That's the easy part. Okay, now I'm going to scooch down and I'm going to do my line notes. And if you remember from before, the line notes are the ones that look like they're getting stabbed, right? So it's going right through them. I'm going to do this in orange so it looks different. And it looks like this, like there's a line going straight through it. Those are my line notes. All right, so now I'm going to circle, or I'm going to draw in all of my line notes on my treble clef below. Here's a line, all the way up. Good. And I like to go from the bottom to the top rather than from top to bottom, and you'll see why in a little bit. Okay, so now this first line, we're going to call it E. The second line we're going to call G. Third line we're going to call B. D, the fourth line, and F is the top line, okay? And now this doesn't have a fun, easy to read word, right? E, G, B, D, F doesn't spell anything. But like face, space, that's a way for us to remember that. This one we have to create our own way of remembering it. So some people like to think every girl and boy deserves fudge, or every good boy deserves fudge or does fine. Elephants go bring down food. Whatever you want to remember it. But it has to be E, G, B, D, F. Okay, so now I'm going to hop over here and I'm going to draw in some line notes, and we can figure out what these are together on my video. Okay, so I just picked random ones. I kind of went in order, but that's okay. Maybe I'll do one more right here. All right, so now this bottom one, we know that the bottom line is E, so that first note is E. All right, my next note over here going up, and this is on the 1, 2, 3rd line. I can go over to my key and see that that is letter B. All right, my next one would be this top one. They're kind of squished together, but this next top one would be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line up, which of course would be my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line up over here, and that is F. What do you guys think this next one would be? It is my second line, my 1, 2, second line. That's a G. And here's a D. This one is just like the one we just did, right? G, and this is also a G. Here's a bottom one again, E. This one is right in the middle, that's your B. And that's your 4th line, 1, 2, 3, 4th line. You can follow that line all the way over here, and that's your D. Okay. I hope this is making sense so far. It helps me to have the 2 different colors. So now when I move down one more time on the 3rd part of my staff paper, I'm going to do the same thing I did, my blue notes, my space notes, and my orange notes, the line notes, but I'm going to put them all in the same line, and you're going to be able to tell something kind of interesting. So I'll start with my blue notes, and I'm going to space them out a little bit more than before, because we're also going to do the notes that are between them. So yes, this is F, A, C, and E. Now with my orange, I'm going to fill in the line notes. So here's a line, here's a line, here's a line, here's a line, and here's a line. Now I just put in my orange notes in between all around my blue notes, and that means that I put it on the lines before and after the space of the blue lines. And I'm going to fill in the letters this time, so we know that our line notes are E, G, B, D, F, or elephants go bring down food, or every good boy does fine, whatever works for you. So I'm going to fill in my E. We know the next one is G, B, D, F. Okay. So what do you notice about the letters? The order is E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Something you might notice over here is that this sounds just like the ABCs. A, B, C, D, E, F, right? Except it doesn't go all the way to H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, you know? We don't get to those notes. Instead, we start over at the letter A. And you'll notice that the note right before A is G. I know, this is kind of weird, right? So let me write for you the musical ABCs. Move my light over a little bit. Right below here. So in music, our ABCs only go up to the letter G. The ABCs would be like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And instead of H, we go back to A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Next note would be B, C, D, E, F, G. Next note is A, right? So the letter note before A is G. The note before F would be, or the note before G would be F. Give you guys the answer. The note before F is E, right? So this is our musical ABCs. So if you guys know your ABCs, those are 26 letters in our actual alphabet, 26 letters. In music, you only have to know 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Between A and G. That's a lot easier to learn than 26 letters, so I think you guys can definitely do this. Okay? Okay, so for homework this week, or for your assignment this week, I would love for you guys to do what I just did by creating my musical key, right, with my space notes and my line notes, and then to have them together. You're going to make one for yourself. If you have a printer at home, you have access to this kind of paper. I have put a blank one on our site so you can see it, and I'll also email it to you guys to make sure you have access to it. However, if you don't have a printer or you don't have time to print this off, you can also just do it on any old blank paper. So I have here is my blank notebook. This one happens to have like the little grid that helps me keep my lines really straight. And you can also do it just with plain white paper and a ruler. I would recommend definitely a ruler at least, or something straight. Okay, so if I wanted to make my own staff paper though, this is how we're going to do it. There are 5 lines in the staff. And so we draw them. So I'm gonna go from here to here. I should really be using a ruler, but that's okay. And you do get faster at this once you get used to it. Okay. See, that's why you need a ruler, people. But that's okay. All right, so from here, I'm going to start writing in my space notes. I'm not going to switch colors. You can if you want, but this is more for your practice. And don't worry about the treble clef. We'll get that later. All right, so my space notes are the ones that are in between the lines. F, A, C, E. Face rhymes with space. And below each note, F, A, C, E, you write down those notes. Okay. Now I'm going to add in my line notes, and those are the ones that are before, or that are actually being stabbed by the line like this, right? So this is going to go before the F and after the F, and between here, and between here, and between here. Those line notes almost look like Saturn, right? The planet with the little rings. So all of your line notes will always look like that, and your space notes will always be open like this. They're not going to have anything stabbing them. All right, so now my line notes don't get the fancy name of face, but they get the E, G, B, D, F. Okay, so everybody should make one of these for themselves. You are going to take a picture of it and send it to me. You can email it to me. Here's my email. You can also send it to my Google Voice number, which I will write down on the email as well. And your last fun part of your assignment is to tell me how you are going to remember E, G, B, D, F. How will it be? Will it be elephants go bring down fudge? Something like that. All right, so whatever you choose, it is totally up to you. And yes, I want you to draw me a drawing of whatever your device is. Elephants go bring down food. I will draw an elephant for you guys, okay? So I'll post it for you guys once you have turned in your homework. And it's not going to be a very good drawing, but I hope that you enjoyed anyway. Okay? Good luck, and let me know if you guys need help. See you later.